Now, when you're working in Excel, an essential skill is an ability to filter a list. And again, I'm sitting in a list called products. Now, to be able to filter is to be able to distill just the ones you're interested in. Now, how do we turn on the filter? There's a couple of ways. You can, on the Home tab, choose the Sort and Filter button, and you have a filter option here. That's one way. Some people might go to the Data tab in the ribbon, and they'll choose the Filter button here. Some people might actually right-click one of those two buttons and add it to the Quick Access toolbar, so they have quick access to be able to filter a list. If I go back home and I'm sitting on this list here, for example, I can turn on the filter just by hitting this button. Now I know the filter's on because of these little triangles. If you ever see these little triangles on your column headings, then someone, somewhere, at some point in time has turned on the filter. You can turn the filter off by clicking this button and turn it on by clicking this button. Another quick way to turn the filter off and on is if you're sitting in a list and you press Ctrl-Shift-L, you'll turn off the filter, and Ctrl-Shift-L, you'll turn on the filter. So what is filtering? Let's say I'm only interested in those products that are not discontinued. So I'm going to hit the drop down on discontinued and say, look, I'm only interested in those products, not all of them, just the ones that say no, that they're not discontinued. When I choose no, it tells me in the lower left of my status bar that 69 out of 77 records are not discontinued. So 8 of our products have been discontinued. The status bar tells us there's a filter applied and how many records meet our criteria. The row numbering goes blue, which indicates there's a filter at play. And the triangle has now got a little funnel which, when I rest on it, tells me the criteria that's been applied to my list. Now, not only am I interested in those products that have not been discontinued, I'm only interested in the spicy and the Chinese products. So I'm going to click the drop down on category ID. I don't want all the categories, I just want Chinese and spicy. So I tick those two. When I go OK, I've filtered even further. So I'm now from 69 records down to 36 records. These 36 records are not discontinued and Chinese or spicy. Now I'm only interested in those products that are supplied by 2 of our suppliers, Food Flyers and Food Stuffs. Let's hit the drop down on supplier and filter even further. I'm not interested in all my suppliers, just Food Flyers and Food Stuffs. Now when I go OK, I've narrowed it down even further from 36 records to 10 records. So Foodstuffs and Food Flyers provide 10 products that are Chinese or spicy and they are not discontinued. So you can do a simple filter or you can actually do a complex filter. But at the end of the day, when you want to clear the filter, I could clear the filter from supplier just by hitting this option here, clear filter from supplier. I could clear the filter from category by hitting this clear option here. And I could clear the filter from discontinued by clicking this option here. And eventually I go back to seeing all 77 records and my row numbering is no longer blue. But I would like to add another button to my Quick Access toolbar which makes it really quick to clear a filter right across the board. If we go back to that Sort and Filter button, not only do we have a filter button, but we have a clear button. Now I know it's dim, but you can still add it to your Quick Access toolbar. So right click the clear button and add it to your Quick Access toolbar and there it is there. So now let's do another filter. My filter's on because I can see there's down triangles. And let's say I'm only interested in our gourmet products. So I hit the drop down on category, I unselect all and I choose gourmet. And when I click OK, 29 out of our 77 records are gourmet. So I would print that list of gourmet products and then I want to clear the filter. Now the clear button was dim before because there was nothing to clear, but now that we've applied a filter, if I now hit this button, I'll clear the filter and go back to my 77 products. So that's why I think that button's really good. It's now dim again because there's no filter at play for it to clear. Now the filtering also offers you the opportunity to sort. When I hit the drop down, say on unit price, not only can I filter certain things, but I can also sort. So be aware that you can sort and filter with these little drop downs. If I want to turn the filter off, I simply hit this option here and I've turned my filter off. See you in the next video.